welcome back to Rugby Connection presents The Final Whistle. Now, this week's guest, absolute royalty in the world of sevens, over 250 games played for the All Black Sevens. He's scored over 100 tries. He has won the Rugby Sevens World Cup. He has a bronze, silver and gold Commonwealth medal. He's got a silver Olympic medal. He's a two-time New Zealand Sevens Player of the Year, and he's also a qualified science teacher. It's Scott Curry. Scott, thank you so much for coming on. How are you getting on?
Yeah, good. Thanks for that intro, mate. Yeah, I'm not sure if the old science teaching degree still stands up 12 years later, but yeah, did that a long time ago. But yeah, thanks for having me on.
No, you're very welcome, and thank you for agreeing to come on in the first place. You're just adding to the list of amazing sevens players that we've had on the show.
Oh, nice. Who else have you had so far?
We've had Michaela Boyd.
Oh, nice.
We've had Naya Tapper. We've had the Levi sisters from Australia.
Yeah.
And Robbie Ferguson and Ronald Lloyd of Scotland. So there you go. You're our first male All Black Sevens.
Oh, good stuff.
Yeah, happy days. We ask all our guests this first question just to get the ball rolling. What actually got you into rugby in the first place, Scott?
Obviously New Zealand rugby is sort of part of our DNA down here. So yeah, I guess growing up as a 5-year-old, parents take you along to rugby, and that's, I guess, where it starts. And for me, it was probably growing up with I got 3 younger brothers, so growing up with 3 younger brothers in a very small town, which was Riparo. It's a rural area in the middle of the North Island, and so we grew up there playing rugby in our spare time, and yeah, enjoyed playing against each other in the backyard. And I guess that's where the love of the game sort of grew. Yeah,
that's fair. At least you had someone to play in the back garden with. I didn't. I just had the dog trying to tackle me. So.
Yeah.
How do you prepare for sevens tournaments compared to 15s? Because obviously you have played both.
Yeah. I guess the prep's pretty similar in terms of the mindset wise. Yeah, the prep is very similar in that sense. Physically, I guess it's slightly different because it's, you're going across 2 to 3 days of competition, and yeah, the physical demands are slightly different, I guess. So prepping for a sevens tournament is yeah, it's tougher on the aerobic fitness, and I guess 15s is probably tougher in a different sense that there's a lot more detail in the game, so there's a lot more learning to be done before the weekend. But yeah, they're not too dissimilar. They're both, rugby at the end of the day, so you just get out there and throw the ball around and have a bit of fun.
Yeah, having fun is the main aim of the game.
Yeah.
You did play in the NPC during the pandemic. We don't have, over in the UK, we don't really have anything like the NPC. Could you explain to the viewers, like, just the importance of it?
Yeah, it's I guess it's sort of the first stepping stone to being a professional player in New Zealand. So a lot of, I guess, when you play rugby, you play through the grades in school here, and then once you finish school, it goes to club rugby. So you'll have like a local club or multiple local clubs that you could go along to and play rugby for, and you play in a club competition, which is sort of based in a city or a town that you live in, and then from there, if you want to go further, it's into an NPC team. And so that represents your province of where you're from. So yeah, if you're a good club rugby player, you might get an opportunity to go on to the next step, which is the NPC level competition.
Fair enough. You played, I mean, I got this wrong, but you've played for 2 different NPC teams, haven't you?
No, I've only played for one. I actually signed to play for Manawatu, I went to university down in Palmerston North, and then I actually signed to go back down there and play for them, but I dislocated my shoulder and had to get shoulder surgery. So that's a 6-month injury, and the competition was only 3 months, I think. So unfortunately, I missed the whole competition that year and didn't get a chance to represent Manawatu. But yeah, I played for Bad Plenty, like you said, 2020. So yeah, really enjoyed that.
Is there any noticeable names that you played with during that year?
What was that, sorry?
Any like noticeable names that you might have played with in 2020?
Ooh, at the Steamers, who was there? Sam, it was actually there. Sam Kane was playing that year because he was coming back from an injury, I think. So he played in the first game or two. Yeah, so we actually played together it was my debut for the Steamers actually, yeah, and he was playing again as he was sort of transitioning back into playing for the All Blacks. So that's quite cool because yeah, we grew up together in Riparoa, so it was cool to play in the Steamers together. So yeah, I guess he's a reasonably noticeable name.
Yeah, yeah, we'll go for that. The current captain of the All Blacks. Might have heard of him. I've lost my train of thought now. Oh yeah, we have got a fan question. It's from Dickie Jones. What are the roller coaster of emotions of winning 3 consecutive Commonwealth medals, and how does that success motivate you in preparation?
Yeah, that's a good question. I guess for me, if I think back to 2014 in Glasgow, we won a silver medal. That was really tough actually, because that was the first game our team had lost at a Commonwealth game. So up until that point, New Zealand had won every game that we'd played at a Commonwealth game. So we lost the final to South Africa. So that was yeah, that was really tough to take actually. And so yeah, that I guess motivated me to look towards 4 years later, which was 2018 and on the Gold Coast. And at that time I was co-captain with Tim Mickelson. And so yeah, we were both in that 2014 team, so we were massively motivated to go back out there and win a gold medal. And yeah, we did, which was awesome. It was one of the highlights of my playing career so far. So yeah, to do that was really cool. And then in 2022 in Birmingham was I guess different again, because I'd gone away to Japan to play some 15s, and I was just coming back into 7s, and I was obviously really enjoying my time being back with the 7s boys. I love the environment, I love the game, so it was cool to be back with them. And then we went over and got a bronze, which I guess we were going there to win gold. So we were disappointed at the time for sure, but you know, coming back to New Zealand and bringing back a medal is something I think we can be really proud of. So yeah, different experiences every time, but still, yeah, really proud of all of them for sure.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I know you've got the whole set anyway, so
yeah. Someone said to me, I hadn't really thought of that until we were over there, and someone said that, you know, got a gold, a silver, and a bronze, and Sam Dixon as well actually has been a part of all of those 3. So yeah, kind of pretty unique, I guess, that we've been to 3 Commonwealth Games and got a different coloured medal at each one, and one of each colour. So yeah, it's kind of cool, I guess. I
mean, the way you've done it is a bit weird. You should go bronze, silver, gold, but you've went silver, gold, bronze. So
yeah,
more of a roller coaster.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird order to do it, but I guess still proud of to being able to do it at all, I guess.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But going back to 2018, because that was the big year for New Zealand rugby, because you did win the 7th world title.
Yeah.
How did that?
Yeah, we won that 7th World Cup in San Francisco, which was awesome. Yeah, that was quite a spectacle, that one. So was a massive year for us. Yeah. We obviously we were targeted to win the Commonwealth Games and the World Cup, and so yeah, to go out there and do it at both of them, and yeah, that Sevens World Cup in San Francisco was knockout as well. So the first time they'd had a knockout tournament, so that brought a bit of extra edge. You could, be knocked out after one game. So every game was literally a final. I remember in our second game against France, we were down to 5 at one stage, had a couple of yellow cards and managed to grind out a win. And then, Fiji game was massive, semi-final, and managed to get over them and hit England in the final. And to play in front of a packed AT&T Stadium in San Francisco, I guess you never really would have thought that growing up playing rugby. So it was a cool experience for sure.
Brilliant. And I'm guessing you're full steam ahead for the 2022 Sevens World Cup that begins in, I want to say, just over a month.
Yep. So September in Cape Town. So yeah, it's an exciting time. The team leaves for LA this weekend. So we've got a tournament in LA, and then on to Cape Town for the Sevens World Cup. So yeah, we're building to LA first, and then we'll look to World Cup after that. So yeah, it's definitely an exciting time. Yeah. Nice.
Does the jet lag ever come into it? Because Sevens players do like a ton of mileage.
Yeah, it definitely does. It's something you got to manage. As being a part of the Sevens World Series is how you manage that jet lag. And yeah, we do a bit of work into like how we can adjust. Start adjusting a couple of days before we fly, and we have a travel plan that's sent out by our medical team, and we do our best to follow that. And if we can follow that, it definitely helps with performance on the weekend, because if you're for us, if we're traveling over to play in London or France or something, it's sort of the exact opposite time wise, so it's pretty tough. And likewise for England and those teams coming down to a tournament here in New Zealand, it's definitely very tough. So sleep's one of the most important parts of your recovery, so to be able to get that right as soon as possible is definitely crucial for a good performance.
100%. Is there any like tips that you have been given on jet lag, on how to deal with it? Because I know that many people suffer from it and don't know how to fix it. So
you got to grind out that first day. That first day is pretty tough. It always gets to sort of, 4 or 5 in the afternoon, and the old eyes are getting pretty heavy. So we usually look to get out for a walk and get out in the sunlight as much as possible. And then that first night, have a nice dinner, and then we try and keep each other awake and go to the team room and chat and play cards or whatever it is. So yeah, try and grind out that first day is always the biggest challenge. And I guess once you get on that flight, start thinking you're in into the time zone that you're going to. So I'd go with those two.
Yeah, that's fair. What's been the most grueling travel?
South Africa is pretty tough for us. Heading over to South Africa is always pretty tough. We go up through Dubai and then back down to South Africa. I know the boys, when they went to Toulouse, they had a really long journey to Toulouse. I didn't actually go to that tournament, but they said that was probably the toughest that they've had heading up there. So yeah, I think they took them over 30 hours, 32 hours or something of travel to get up there. So yeah, it's tough.
That just sounds torturous.
Yeah, it's
fun. What position do you actually play in 15s? Because obviously in sevens you're kind of in that mini scrum. So where are you on the 15s side of things?
Yeah, it's a good question. I play flanker, but I've also played a lot of midfield. So when I played NPC for the Steamers, I played 5 games in the forwards and 5 games in the backs. So 50-50. But over in Japan, I played majority as a 6.
Okay, that's fair. So because you played both 7s and 15s, you get to answer both questions because you've had that opportunity. So who is your dream back row pairing, both past and present? You don't have to have ever played with them, just who you like. You've got you and whoever else on your flank and your number 8.
Whew, that's tough. I'll go with my old mate from Rip Ross, Sam Kane at open side.
Of course.
And number 8. Oh, right, that's tough. Maybe Kieran Reid. I think Kieran Reid in his prime was he was almost unstoppable. I think so I'll go with him at number 8.
That's fair enough. Both solid answers. I'm gonna up it up a little bit so you've got more thinking to do. What's your dream 7 squad, both past and present?
Ooh. That's that's tough. I think you'd have to have Tamasi Palmer in there. He's one of the greatest players to have played. He's super talented. The way he sees the games, it's unmatched, I think. So he's actually in our coaching staff at the moment. So we get to still use all that knowledge that he's got, which is awesome. I'd have to have him in there. You'd have to go for either Perry Baker or Dan Norton on the wing there.
Of course, yeah.
Their try scoring abilities is pretty impressive, and I guess something probably we've never really had is an out and out sprinter like that in our team. So I think to be able to play with someone like that would be pretty cool. And saying that though, we had someone like Ben Lamb a while back who was pretty hard to stop. He's a big man and he's pretty fast, so I'd have to chuck him in the mix as well. Man, a lot of our current players actually I would have. Dylan Collier, Sam Dixon, Tim Mickelson, obviously, is one of the greatest to have played.
Yeah.
So there's a few forwards I'd throw in there. And inside backs, who else would you go for inside backs? I struggle to go past guys in my team, to be honest, mate. Just because I train with them every day and I know how good they are. The guys like Joe Weber and Regan Ware, they're pretty impressive players, and even the next tier of guys coming through like Andrew Newstub and Narohi McGarvey Black, they're amazingly talented players. So I'll be happy to play alongside those boys every day.
Yeah, that's fair. Just because you mentioned Joe Weber, did he ever get any stick for that hairstyle?
Yeah. Yeah, he did. For sure.
I have seen it and I'm like, somebody's bound to have said something. There's no way that's just been, you do you, mate.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he got a bit of stick for sure. I'm not sure why he went with it, but I'm glad it didn't last too long.
Yeah, for those that don't know, Joe Weber basically had like no hair, and then just at the back of his head, it was like a full-on like dreadlock ponytail.
Yeah.
Almost something you would do on like a creative player like on a gaming console, like as a joke.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I don't know what he was thinking, but I'm glad he's just running the straight bald head at the moment. It suits him, I think.
Yeah, honestly, just watching the Sevens sometimes, and obviously you know who Joe Weber is, and like big fans of Sevens know who he is. You see him run, I'm just like, what's going on there? And then like he scores, and like the camera zooms in, and I'm just like, oh no, what happened there?
Yeah. It's interesting decision from Joe.
Yeah. We'll get him on and just ask him about those decisions.
Yeah, good idea.
Do you have any advice for youngsters that want to break out and maybe focus on to Sevens?
If you enjoy playing Sevens, yeah, keep at it. It's a great game. I think it's so cool. The game tests you in every way. You sort of, have to be good aerially for kickoffs. There's so much space. You have to be a good defender. You have to be a threat on attack because there's only 7 on the field at once. I think it's such a cool game. So if you enjoy it, definitely keep at it because it can take you, all around the world, and you get to go around the world playing the game you love with your mates and call it your job. So it is very cool.
That is very cool. Or you could do what I do, and you can enjoy watching Sevens. Just don't play it because I'm not built for Sevens.
Yeah, it's definitely demanding physically, that's for sure. There's a lot of hard work that goes into it, but yeah, definitely very rewarding at the same time.
Yeah, it does come across very rewarding. It's just we've like every team you usually get, like we do 7 tournaments at the end of our season.
Yeah,
as a roundup, and most of the prep for training then is Sevens, and your lungs are just constantly burning. How do people do this like all year round? I just want to curl up in a ball and cry.
Yeah, you learn to enjoy it, I think.
I could watch it. I love the social side of Sevens. It's just when I'm playing, I'm just like, someday just hit me off, please. I'm begging you.
Yeah, no, it's a grind sometimes, but no, I really enjoy it. So
yeah, that's always. So now we're going to move to a different part of the show where we get to know Scott Curry. So would you rather be too hot or too cold?
Too hot, I think. Yeah.
Your favorite style of food?
Oh, Japanese, easy.
Fair enough. And what's your go-to meal for Japanese food?
That's tough. I love ramen. I really love a good tonkotsu ramen. So where we were based over in Japan was sort of the home of tonkotsu ramen. So that would be my go-to with some dumplings.
Fair enough. What's your favorite dessert?
Not a big dessert eater, really. If I had to, maybe just a good apple crumble and some ice cream.
Yeah, classic. Can't go wrong there.
Yeah.
Do you have any tattoos?
No, I don't.
Would you get a tattoo?
I'm not sure. I'd never say never, but I don't see myself getting one anytime soon.
That's fair. I mean, you could have got the Olympic rings because I know that's a big common thing, but if you've been to the Olympic...
a few of our guys got it. Yeah, they got a nice little design done.
Or you could even get the 3, I don't know, the 3 like plates of the Commonwealth medals that you've got.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Don't even need to colour them in because the colour tattoos don't last as long. So, but you could always, yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, maybe it's Yes, that's something I haven't really put a thought into, but who knows?
The weirdest thing you've ever ate, because obviously you get to tour the world, so you're bound to have come across something bizarre.
I'd probably have to go snails, France.
Oh.
Snails, yeah. Oh, yeah, gave it a crack. It was a bit weird. It was a bit weird, but I'm glad I did it. Yeah, so I'd have to say, yeah, snails. It's a bit weird.
Do you eat them like? Are they to be eaten like oysters? Like you just suck them up? Is that how you're meant to eat them?
You get like a little fork that you sort of scoop them out with, and
Oh
yeah.
no,
it is pretty strange, but yeah,
doesn't sound great. I know it is very popular. I'll just stay away from it.
yeah. No, fair enough.
Strength and conditioning or cardio?
Oh, probably cardio. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. Wow. Sevens, you know.
Of course, yeah, that's fair. I'll give you that.
I don't think I'd be a fan of sevens if you weren't partial to a bit of cardio.
Fair. I'm all up for game-based cardio.
Yeah, same actually. I don't know if
But-
I'd ever go. Yeah, for a run.
Yeah, general running. No thanks.
No, yeah, I'm with you there. I'm all about playing the games.
That's fair. But then if it was like pure running or going to the gym, I would go to the gym.
Yeah, well, that's a toughie. Yeah, maybe gym. Maybe gym just.
Do you have any hobbies away from rugby?
Yeah, I like golf. I'm not great, but I enjoy it. I enjoy it most of the time. Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool game, and a few of our guys play it, so we always try to get out for, if we can, around while we're away. And a local course here, Tapuki's, is awesome, and the people there are so kind, and it's just a really nice, relaxed vibe out there. So yeah, we try to get out there a bit, but yeah, it's a pretty frustrating sport at times.
Yeah, but it does come across very frustrating because even, and I'm going way back now, but even if you play it on the Wii, on the Nintendo Wii,
Oh yeah,
hit it and nope, you've overshot it, and I'm like, no, I didn't. Well, I might have, I don't know, but every hit I did, it's nope, you've hit it too hard. It's going to
Yeah.
spin. I'm like, okay then.
no, it's just like the real game then.
I don't want to play the real game then.
It's tough, but it's good fun.
Does pineapple belong on pizza?
Yep, it does. Good Hawaiian pizza. I don't order it for myself,
Okay.
but I'm okay with it being on pizza. Yeah, I would eat it if there was a pizza there and it had pineapple on it. I'd happily eat it.
Right. Okay. I've got another one for you, and this is now. I've noticed this is a Southern Hemisphere theme. Pineapple on hamburgers.
Nah, I wouldn't order myself one with pineapple on it. Nah.
Finally, somebody said no to that. Every guest we've had recently from the Southern Hemisphere is like, yeah, definitely. And it's,
Oh yeah.
if you get a burger down there, it's the works. It's got everything on it, including pineapple. I'm like, it shouldn't, but okay.
Yeah, it's a classic. We have like fish and chip shops that I think you call them a chippy over there. That you just,
yeah,
it's a classic burger that you'd get from a fish and chip shop. It has pineapple in it. Like the Works burger from a fish and chip shop would have pineapple for sure. So that's what they're referring to. But yeah, not for me.
The only thing I can think of that like chippies over here do for pineapple is a fritter, which is just deep fried pineapple.
Yeah. Yeah, they have them here too. Yeah, they're good.
No, pineapple on burgers doesn't exist over here. So
Oh yeah. Wow.
I'm glad. I feel like I'd have to be a task just to constantly say, like, don't put that on.
Mm.
um, what is your favorite film?
I'm not big on movies, really. I don't mind docos. What have I watched recently? I watched the old Batman on the way home. On the flight, that was pretty good. Yeah, I wouldn't say I've got a favorite film. I don't really watch too many movies.
We can go for a favorite documentary or TV show if it's easier.
Oh, TV show. Yeah, I do watch quite a few TV shows. Now we're talking. Man, it's hard to go past the classic Friends.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
That's probably all time, I'd say.
Can you quote for it?
What's that?
Can you quote for, like, when you're watching it? Can you say the line?
Oh yeah, I can follow. Yeah, I can follow along. Yeah, I've definitely watched it more than once.
Do it all the time to my fiance just to wind her up.
Yeah. Oh, it never gets old. That's the greatest thing is you can just watch it. Yeah, multiple times and it's still good.
Oh yeah, it's a comfort show.
Yeah, it is. It's one of the greats. So
There was
yeah,
actually a joke. There was a joke I read. I think it was like when Netflix finally put Friends on the streaming service. There was like apparently like 14, 15-year-olds like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get what's funny about it. And Matt LeBlanc put out like, it's not for you. Like, you're not meant to get it. It's for the people that are that bit older.
yeah.
And when you get that bit older, you'll like it as well.
You understand that. Yeah. It's good that I know people in a younger generation and still watch it. Talk to people that are a lot younger than I am, and they still watch it and find it funny. So it's cool to see it's it lasts.
Yeah, I mean, some of it I'm just like, there's some episodes where I don't like this. The rugby episode, it aggravates me.
Yeah, it's tough to watch. Yeah, it's definitely tough to watch, but yeah, it's American.
Yeah, exactly. It's just the fact where it's like Ross getting the bloody scrum and he jumps in. I'm like, referee, come on.
Yeah. No, he wouldn't get away with that.
Even in the 90s, that wasn't allowed. So
It's probably closer than it is now. That's for sure.
yeah, that's fair. What's your favorite song or style of music?
I like sort of older 80s music. Your Fleetwood Macs, your Eagles, that sort of stuff. So
Can't
that's
beat Fleetwood Mac.
What's that?
I'm saying you can't beat a bit of Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah, Fleetwood Mac, the Eagles, that sort of Michael Jackson actually is good. Yeah, just a little bit older, the older tunes for me.
Yeah, and have you got any go-to songs from them or?
Nah, anything by the Eagles or Fleetwood Mac, I'd happily listen to.
Yes, that's a solid choice.
Yeah, good bands.
Favorite post-match drink?
It's hard to go past a nice cold beer after a tournament, or a game of 15s. I don't mind a nice cold beer.
Any beer in like specific or?
No, none specifically. As long as it's cold.
Fair. That's a solid requirement. Do not hand me a piss warm beer. It's not nice.
Yeah. No, thank you.
What's your social drink then? If you're going out for the night, what's your go-to drinks?
Oh, don't go out much these days. Getting a bit older, but I'd still have a few beers if I was going out socially. And then I guess the later in the night it gets, you go to the harder stuff, the easier to drink.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but
Yeah.
like I said, it's very rare these days.
Biggest inspiration and why?
Oh, it's hard to go past my parents, I think. But yeah, they managed to raise four boys, and we all sort of turned out pretty well. And I think the way they raised us, I was really proud of. You know, the way they raised us in a rural community, and with not much going on, it's easy to sort of get trapped, I guess, in those smaller towns. And so they sort of pushed us to, you know, I guess, shoot for the stars, and that we could do anything we wanted. So yeah, they're definitely an inspiration for me, for sure.
Yeah, solid. I like that. And everyone loves their parents, or I'd like to think everyone loves their parents.
Yeah, most people, I think. Yeah.
Joe Weber or Sam Dixon?
In what respect? Like, I'm choosing between them. How?
In all respects. Drink with, train with, play with,
Oh.
share a room with, gym with, anything.
Ooh, I'll go through a few of those if you want.
Go for it, yeah.
Drink with. Both of them for different reasons, but Joey has always got good music, so
Okay.
he gets those old school tunes going as well. So I'll lean towards Joe there. Room with, probably Joey again. Sammy's a bit fussy. He's a little bit. He doesn't like snorers, and I sometimes snore. So I don't often room with Sammy. What else did you have there? Play with.
Train with.
Nah, I go with them both. They're both good for different reasons. Those two. That's hard. I can't split them.
It's always a tricky one. With that. I like the questions I catch people off with.
Yeah. It's so tough.
Favorite venue to play at?
I think Hong Kong stadium in Hong Kong's it's pretty cool, and I guess the history of sevens there adds to that. You get the south stand down the end rocking and everyone partying, and then the two sort of side stands are so steep and high, and it's sort of cut into a mountain. So it's pretty cool running out in Hong Kong for sure.
It does sound right. I was right then. I did say in an interview a while ago that the Hong Kong stadium kind of goes up like that, and I'm pretty sure there was like no stands behind the goals.
Yeah, it's just like little ones. Yeah.
I was right. It was Hong Kong. Happy days.
Yeah, a small stand at one end, and it's called the South Stand. It's just like famous for partying. I think that's probably where the party atmosphere of sevens started, I think.
Nice. And I do love the fact that the Melrose Cup is the World Cup for you, because it's a bit of homeland for us.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that is very cool. And I kind of like that it's it's a knockout tournament now, because obviously the tournament in Melrose is the famous one's a knockout tournament as well. So I think to, I guess, link that back to Melrose, where sevens was invented, and have the Melrose Cup as our World Cup, and have it a knockout tournament. It's kind of cool. It sort of ties it all back to its history.
Absolutely.
We actually went and trained there before Birmingham. So
nice.
That was cool. Yeah, we got to see a bit of the history and stuff. So yeah, that was awesome.
I did see you and the Black Ferns were up in Edinburgh training with us. So
yeah, it's good.
Could have got this sorted beforehand, and we could have went for a drink. Just saying.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time, yeah. I was just going to say, I was actually going to ask if you ever played in the Melrose Sevens at all.
Nah, never played in the tournament itself. A few teams from New Zealand have been up there, but no, never played. But yeah, I'd definitely love to go and be a part of it one day.
Next time you're across, give me a message and we'll have a drink of
Sounds
cold
good.
beer.
Nice, good man.
Last question. One thing you'd like to be remembered for?
Ooh, that's big.
I like that. I started bringing it in this season, so
Nice. I think just being a nice guy. I think I try and be as kind as I can to everyone that I meet, and you know, especially in this day and age, it's it's tough out there, and there's a lot of challenges in the world, and I think the more kindness we can have in the world, the better. So
yeah.
If I'm known for each encounter that anyone had with me, I was as friendly and polite as possible, then I'd be pretty happy.
Yeah, that's fair. There you go. Scott Curry, friendly and polite as possible. You've absolutely crushed, Scott. Thank you so much for being on and talk basically all about you, really.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Thanks for
It's
having me.
Been an absolute blast. Obviously, good luck for LA, because you said that was your prep first, and then obviously into the World Cup, and hopefully see New Zealand push for that World Cup again and bring home the Melrose Cup. It's weird saying that because bringing it home means bringing it here, but I knew what I meant. You knew what I meant.
Yeah. Cheers, mate. Look forward to it. Thank you.
All good. This has been the final whistle with Scott Curry, and we will see you next time.